Does everything sound good? You can see from the title. It's with me, via stream to more than an hour or whatever. But yeah, so as you can see from the title, maybe, yeah, because I have bought a lot. Ooh, look, computer, which is new, which I feel like I did need to have a new computer, so this wasn't exactly an buy, but a lot of this other stuff is in the background. Yeah, and I just simply call this my spaceship, kind of, because this is where this whole space is where I sit for most of the day, and then I go here to feel a lot more productive, especially during the weekends. So, yeah, it's a simple of kind of by kind of, and the reason why I say kind of is because of media, and that's why I have all this stuff. But at the same time, when I impulse buy, it's because I feel like I need more and more and more. And so yeah, I mean, I randomly found a deal for this. I think it's called an Osmo Pocket. This is actually the first version, and I got it for like around $100 off eBay. I was so proud of myself for getting a camera for $100, and for the most part, it does work. A cool little nifty thing. So yeah, I mean, this is an impulse buy, but it's also an impulse buy that I'm actually gonna be using at some point. And by that I mean like I've actually already like recorded. Ooh, yeah, I've actually like recorded some videos on it already. This one or that one. Let me turn that off. And then I have this whole rig, basically just for this tiny little thing. And yeah, this I probably didn't need. So yeah, I'm not sure if anyone who's watching feels this, but yeah, for me, I feel like maybe like retail therapy is one of those things that I personally do just because I have like these health conditions, both mental health and physical health, and so it's kind of hard to get out of the house. I've been doing more of it a lot more recently, and my dog's happy about it. My parents are happy about it, but it's still pretty hard for me to go outside to feel comfortable, to not get allergies after being outside for more than a few minutes, and to be able to actually breathe for the rest of the day, because I have something called chronic rhinosinusitis, and I also have I may also have something called like rheumatoid arthritis, which basically is like a chronic inflammation all over the body outside of the head and torso. And I definitely feel that. Yeah, I've been on this medication for that actually for around almost a week. I think today marks 1 week that I've been on it, and I mean, it's made a world of difference. I was actually able to walk my dog back on Monday, and then I was spending some time with my dog outside again, yesterday as well as today. And yeah, I mean, yeah, sometimes for me, I find these different medications that heal my body completely. I mean, of course, they're maintenance, and so I may have to be on them for a long period of time. But I mean that's been my reality. I take like let's say I think I take one pill. No, not one pill for allergies. I actually take one pill for my well, I take 2 pills for my stomach, um 3 pills for my allergies, and then uh 2 doses of a nasal spray for my allergies. So then you add onto that this new arthritis medication, and I guess it's a lot. It's definitely a lot. It makes that alone makes it kind of difficult for me to go outside carefree, just out of the blue. But at the same time, I'm at this point where even though I have these health, like these different mental health and physical health conditions, at least I know now what it is that I can do to manage them for the most part. Yeah, and this next week I'm just trying to see what this last lab test result is gonna say about my health conditions. Honestly, it may come out as positive because I do have this kind of like I think I have IBS. Is actually what my doctor diagnosed me as having, and so that's an inflammatory bowel disease. Basically, it's a type of inflammatory bowel disease, and this test result that I'm waiting on is supposed to test for some other types of inflammatory bowel diseases. And so yeah, I am gonna guess that it could be positive, but it could also come out as negative, and then I guess whatever is going on with my body is just another is just another mystery for my doctors to solve. But I'm trying to get myself in good spirits about that. Trying not to be too anxious, mainly because I being anxious is tiring for me. It I'm always anxious like 24/7, and then whenever I feel like I don't get when I don't get the results that I want, or something that I worked really hard on, then I get like depressed pretty easily by that. And so that's a whole cycle that turns out, and it's pretty much results in me buying a lot of different items that I need to clean up. And so yeah, I think I lied earlier. I said I was gonna clean up more than I was gonna chat, but whatever. So I guess maybe what I can do is just like set this thing up, and so it would be like so, and then the only thing I have to do is put my phone over here if I felt like it. Otherwise, I think this is a good setup for what it can do and what it can enable me to do. Let's see what else I'm gonna find. Yeah, so here's the handy dandy camera strap. Yeah, I bought this for my DSLR, and I I actually had my mom try to put it inside the DSLR with me not realizing that all I had to do is like buy one of those clips to clip this on. And yeah, so I have this strap that I took off because I bought I bought a gimbal for my camera. So I'm gonna have to find a place to put this. Usually if I have extra items, I just end up putting things right over here in that corner. And so maybe that's where I'm gonna just put this. That's basically my messy corner. Oh yeah, and one more thing. Whenever something drops on the floor, I usually I panic and freak out. And I guess being on stream makes it so that I can't do that because I don't want anyone to want my house or anything. So yeah, maybe this is a good. Right. So this case, well, really, all it does is go with the Osmo Pocket. That's all it does. And this is actually where I have like my little this whole mic setup. This is where it lives basically. So you know what? I may just put it in here. Let it let it rest. And you know what? Maybe I can let the Osmo Pocket thing rest as well. Yeah, cause I stayed up until probably around 7, almost 8 o'clock because I was. I don't want to say inspired, but I kind of was inspired to by making new videos, try testing out this equipment that I bought, and it all worked out surprisingly well. So yeah, there's that, and my lack of sleep is probably I'm streaming today, tonight. I mean, it's already time is it? 9:16 p.m. 20. This is in military time. 21. Yeah, 21:16. Yeah, and I keep forgetting I have to take out this little controller thing that I have on here. And it's kind of apparent that I'm piling all my stuff on my drawing tablet, which pretty much shows the magnitude of mess that I have in my office right now. Hopefully this next week of working is gonna be it's gonna feel a lot better just because I have this mess cleaned up. Alright, here we go. So now I have this controller attachment in there. Everything is organized with with the Osmo Pocket. And I need to get my mic. The other mic, this had 2 mics in with this, so now I have to find that one. It's right here. So let me just do that. Close this, and then I'm gonna have to run to the bathroom. Literally like 30 seconds because I have postnasal drip and allergies. Just like collecting. yeah, well, it's out for literally like 30 seconds. Here's my gimbal. I just thought, hey, maybe I should attach the plate to the gimbal. Yeah. I'm gonna try to do it. I'm not sure if this is the best view. Probably isn't. Alright. Perfect. Alright, I have this almost perfectly attached. No, 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 no. No. Don't slip. Don't slip. Okay. Yep, now it's attached. I can probably put this and maybe even this thing outside where I have a few where I guess is like the only space that I have to set these two kind of gimbal photography thingies set up. I'm just gonna do that. Right. So now I guess I'm wondering where I should put this and this, basically the Osmo Pocket setup. I'm actually pretty glad that I can actually just have this like in this little box container thing. And then I can have the mic set up in this one. I actually use this mic. I think I have tried to use it with my other actual camera. That's I guess like 3 or 4 times the price of this Osmo Pocket. And yeah, it works pretty well for that too, and it also works pretty well with my phone. My phone. Good. Oh, where's my? Alright. Okay, so this is my. I forget sometimes. I have this phone, which is actually where all my personal stuff is. This one is, that's just an iPhone. The mill iPhone from 2 years ago. That one actually should be upgraded at some point this year. Then here's my Android Pixel phone, and I love these phones because I mean, first off, they have a great security chip. Secondly, they, I don't know, to me they work about as well as an iPhone does. In all honesty, they work about as well as an iPhone does. But I did originally buy this as a kind of also impulse purchase. Yeah, so that that there is that, but I ultimately decided to keep this as my business phone, because that's what I've been trying to do all these years. Try to open up a business, start a business, not really getting anywhere with it because it seems like being a business person in 2023 means that you have to be like this social media celebrity almost. And so for me, I'm not good at social media. I'm really not good at social media because I'm always trying to put up a front. I'm always trying to impress people, and I'm like really selective with what it is that I post out there. But that's one of those things too. I'm starting to realize like maybe I need to stop being trying to be so polished, because no matter how much I try, it's not polished enough for me. And then even when it is polished enough for me to post something, if it's like a video or anything like that, it kind of just like flops on YouTube and Instagram and all of those things. And so I've been on a sort of social media hiatus, except for Twitch. I've been streaming on here for like the past few weeks again, and I mean, most of my streams have also kind of flopped, but I guess it's pretty fun, and that's why I keep doing it. That's why I keep doing this whole streaming thing. Yeah. So, all right. Yeah. I'm really not trying to like about like, all these different things that I've collected. Actually, I really need to find a specialist to maybe give me like that formal diagnosis of ADHD, which I may have, or I may have ADD. Um, Either way, I have one of those. That it is in my psychological report. So yeah, ADD, plus I'm autistic, plus I'm yeah, I think it even said I had a slight personality disorder. I, that thing was crazy. That thing was wild. Like when I read it, I was just like, wait, how do I have all of these different things, and then I'm able to, you know, like I didn't like graduate at the top of my class during high school, but that which was like around the time when I got that psychological evaluation back when I was like 19, around like 10 years ago. But the so I mean, I didn't graduate at the very top of my class, but I did pretty decently. And so I was always just like wondering at first, why, like how do I have all these different diagnoses? And then now, 10 years on, after that whole, after getting that kind of almost world changing evaluation, at least my world changed at that point. Now I'm realizing like all of these different things, these different like quirks that I have, the different reasons why I do what I do, and then yeah. So I mean, I'm realizing that, but I still have a big problem when it comes to actually implementing the changes that I need to change. Like I completely know what it is that I need to do, but I don't really know how to implement. And I guess that is part of being human too. I'm not gonna act like I'm the only person in the world who deals with this. I'm pretty sure most people can relate at some level. So yeah, what am I gonna do now? Yeah, I'm gonna find a space for this, probably back there. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll clean up some of that space. Okay, well, I found this. So this is a moment case that back when I was really trying to be into smartphone photography. That never actually left because of how convenient smartphones are. But I have not used these moment lenses that I purchased. I really haven't been using them, but I think I'm gonna start using them again. But yeah, this is the case. Actually, just showing it camera. Yeah, this is the case, and yeah, I even bought this. I don't know why I bought this. This was $30. It was $30 for this little thing that you're just supposed to put on your phone to hold it. And I definitely know this was an impulse. Well, this was a kind of impulse buy, but not really, because I actually like looked up like the quality of this thing for probably around a week or two before I went ahead and like purchased it, and then also purchased another one for my for my emergency phone that I wanted to have as a second business originally, but now I'm just like, okay, that should probably just be for emergencies, because I live in Houston and this place gets hurricanes and tornadoes and hail. Yesterday there was probably a little bit of hail. The other 2 nights ago there was actual hail that fell while I was trying to go to sleep, and as a result I didn't get that much sleep that night. But yeah, anyway, yeah, so this is probably like the epitome of my not impulse buys, but my probably wasted purchases, just because this is just so frivolous. You know, who needs like I think this was $30, if not $40, for this little strap that's all tearing apart just like any other strap of this kind. So yeah, I'm gonna try not to punish myself for remembering that I bought this thing, but who knows. I'm gonna just go back to cleaning up. Yeah, and I guess that's another thing. I get like really attached to different things, even if it's best for me not to use it anymore. I just get like so attached. So I mean, this was for my phone case. I think what I may end up doing is turning this into like some kind of trash sculpture, like I have in my art studio kind of room over there, like on the other side of my house. And yeah, and really I think maybe the reason why I bought all of this stuff is because I finally got a house, and you know, like 3 years later I have all of this stuff now, because right when I moved in, this place was empty, like empty. I only had this one studio. I only had this one desk setup, which is where I stream from now. But I also only have this. I did not have any of this, and actually let me just with this camera for a moment. Yeah, I did not have this. So in there is a whole synthesizer studio. I only use it like once in a while, and there's probably like I think maybe like so the thing is that, you know, when I buy something out of a hobby and it isn't art, I will almost certainly look for a deal. But at the same time, I don't really know how to control my spending sometimes, and so this probably has like $2,000 or $3,000 of instruments. And the thing is, I did not learn anything about music back when I was in school, back in college. I didn't learn any of that. But at the same time, I guess, I have it all paid off. For instance, so there is that. I have paid all of it off. So it's kind of too late to regret those purchases. And then at the same time, I pretty much, I guess I'm trying to overcompensate for the needs of my inner child in a way, because I mean, I'm autistic, I am queer, I'm non-binary, I'm Filipino. I did not really have an easy life growing up here in Texas, here, in the Houston area. And so I guess I'm always like trying to look for different ways to please my inner child. Then I just go all in. And for the entire year of 2021, that's when pleasing my inner child meant music. Playing music, learning music, etc. Throughout 2022, last year, that was getting all of these different photography tools, just like this, for instance. And I guess this year, I've kind of almost combined the two and added art to the mix once again. And yeah, so that's what has ended up with me like buying frivolous things or overspending for the things that I actually want to get, like getting unnecessary items on top of the things that I actually need to be able to pursue the different things that I want to do or pursue. Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that to a lot of people, this all just seems like so much, having having these two setups back here, and then, of course, obviously having the setup right in front of me. Yeah, it probably looks like a lot of excess, but to me, there's also just a lot of excess trauma, I guess, I'm processing in my mind on a daily basis. And so I almost feel like I need to constantly keep myself busy. And that's why I have all these different hobbies. And I mean, to my own credit, this year I have played more music than I've played more instruments than I ever had in my life, probably this year alone. Even compared to, or at least I've been more consistent with the music stuff, even compared to 2021 is what I said. Yeah, 2021, when I was really into it. Yeah, I've been more consistent this year with that. I've also been more consistent with my drawing. I might not necessarily draw every day, but I do actually do something creative every day. I try to draw as much as possible, but if I can't draw, I just use my camera. I take photos. I try to experiment with videos, and I just and so I guess it might also explain why I bought all this cameras like that, because that's kind of what I wanted to do since I was at a certain point in my life, probably around March last year, when I did make all of those impulse buys with the photography stuff. I was at this point in my life where I couldn't draw anything because I was so stuffed up. Like, my sinus infections came back and everything, And then magically in April, I started to take this new medication. Basically, you probably heard of it. It's called Dupixent. They have like commercials all over the air. It's primarily used as an eczema medication, but for someone like me, it's used for sinusitis. And so I started to take it. Here's 1 year later, almost exactly to the week. And I haven't gotten a single sinus infection since. And I guess instead of going back to drawing, what I ended up doing was just getting even deeper and deeper into like photography stuff, and then suddenly just like quitting probably around the when was that? Like I think it was like around the summer when I quit, and then I was just like, okay, what the hell am I gonna do with all of this photography equipment that I purchased? And then that's when I started getting into streaming. I started streaming around August, just after, or I think just before I had to get like this colonoscopy for my stomach condition. And so all of a sudden I bought all of these different webcams. I have like a webcam for each setup that I have in this house, so I have at least one webcam actually. Some of them have two. So this one over here, it has two different webcams. That one has one dedicated webcam. This one has one dedicated webcam. In my my little closet studio, I have what is it? Let me see. Yeah, I have two dedicated webcams in there, which is a waste. I think I'm gonna give my father one of them actually, because it's such a waste. If I have that, I guess if I don't stream one day, if one day I don't start streaming music at some point this year, I'm just gonna give him that webcam. I mean, it costs like $30 to $40. It's not a bad webcam. It's not like a Logitech D920 by any means, but it's a relatively reasonable good webcam. Although even this webcam right here, it's actually this webcam is actually a 2K webcam, and it costs less than a C920X. So I guess there's that. And yeah, I guess something I've also learned is that there are a lot of deals. There are a lot of deals for the stuff that you want. It's just that I guess don't if this is a lesson for you all, don't use your money to try to fill the hole in your heart. The hole of like maybe not having like the deep types of friendships that you thought you'd be having by the age of like 20 to 30 or 30 to 40. I'm not even 30 yet. Okay, maybe if you're 20 to 30, you can take that advice, because I've actually been there. I'm kind of excited about turning 30 later this year, because this year is the year when I feel like I want to get my what is it? I guess for some reason I don't want to say that curse word on stream, just in case people are watching. But yeah, I just wanna be able to make a habit of cleaning up, and maybe cable management as well, because this is a mess. I already know this is a mess. Yeah, so I guess like cleaning up is one of those things that I want to do habitually before I turn 30 later this year. So I still have like 6 months left. Yeah, I basically have like 6 months technically 5.5. But yeah, I have 6 months left until I turn 30. It's kind of a scary number just because it's like it starts with a 3, and to me, I'm like, oh wait, like back in the day, 35 to 37, that used to be the average lifespan of a human. And so yeah, so there's also that I psych myself up constantly. Um, if that wasn't already apparent. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the beginning. I said I was gonna only stream for like an hour, so I need to actually get this screen within the next 15 minutes. I'm just gonna do that. Yeah, and I guess whenever I see junk, I'll just throw it on here. Clearly my phone is not junk. Here's my dog, by the way. I'm not my dog. That's my dog. It's Chihuahua. Chiweenie. Chihuahua and Dachshund. Most Americans call it Dachshund, but that's absolutely the wrong pronunciation. Okay. So yeah. I mean, it probably still looks messy to the normal viewer. It honestly is really, really messy, but of course, as with anything regarding mental health, mental wellness, well-being, it it's a sprint, right? I mean, not a sprint. The opposite of a sprint. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Although I was kind of quick with how I just cleaned that up. So you know what? Let me put this outside. I think I'm gonna put this photography stuff out there. Not in my office, not cluttering my office space. And then I'll come back. Ah. Alright, I mean, it's still kind of a mess, but all of the mess that is on here, that yeah, all of this mess in here is no longer on that table. So yeah, I think this was a pretty successful try for me to kind of declutter my space. So good news is that now my office isn't exactly clean and it's not really the most organized, but it is once again in the state of where it needs to be for the most part, because I do have to figure out where each of these things go from here on out. Yeah, so honestly, this is a $21 webcam, but it works way worse than the $16 webcams that I have affixed to like each of these workstations in the back. And here is probably a wasted audio purchase. I thought I wanted it just because of the fact that it is it is a wireless microphone. But then of course I completely lost the transmitter, and so this is a completely useless piece of junk at this point. Although I will admit I probably know where it is. It's probably out in my living room up front, like out front. It's outside my office. So yeah, I'm probably gonna save this, but yeah. Let's just hope I find the transmitter. But I will say that this one does not work anywhere near as well as the other one that I showed earlier in the stream, like a few minutes ago, and a few minutes before that, and a few minutes before that. Yeah, I talked about that mic a lot. And then handy dandy mask. Actually, this is very necessary right now here in Houston. Not necessarily because there's a lot of COVID cases. I don't think there's that much anymore. I've actually been able to go out to places without a mask on when I am able to go out to places, but I do still wear an N95 when I go inside a hospital, just because I don't want to get anything else. You know, COVID isn't the only virus out there. But yeah. Yeah, so I'm saving this. Exacto knife. I use this thing to open up every single package, so I need it. You know, even if I'm trying to spend less money on frivolous purchases, I still need this. Also to open up my bottle of Manuka honey when I can't grip it tight enough. Dramamine, I don't know why I put this in this pile. I just bought this yesterday. I just got this yesterday. Apparently, my doctor told me that Dramamine is something that you're supposed to take if you get like motion sickness or dizziness on a regular basis, which I do, and so I will try this, and hopefully this one works. Even though it's the natural ginger version and not the actual medical version, because I didn't want to get sleepy or drowsy or anything like that. And of course, I always take like a bunch of medications. I do not need that. Yeah, of course, this one is the phone case. I'm just gonna use it in like some type of art piece, probably. I'll do that. What's next? HDMI video capture card. This is actually probably on par with like the Camlink 4K. I would say. I would be so bold as to say. But the main issue is that this one doesn't necessarily capture actual audio all that well, and so you need to have like a 3.5 millimeter go into it from whatever device you're trying to capture video on. Yeah, I bought this mainly because it was $29. They you know, the first time I bought one of these, it was $40. It was like $41. So I was just like, okay, well, I'm definitely gonna need this at some point. So, you know, why not spend like 20? No, wait, no. I think it was $23 actually. You know, $23 for something that, you know, I may need in the future. And I think now that I have the other one set up, maybe I can just like set this up in either on this this desk station, or maybe I don't know. I all I know is that I probably will set this up sooner rather than later. Yeah, I'm keeping this. I'm gonna put this here because I'm running out of hand space. Finally, here's my little tripod. Of course, I'm not gonna throw that away. Or this away. Actually, this is the original thingy that you put on top of the monitor to keep the face cam up. This is that. So yeah, I have an Elgato face cam. Also one of actually a legitimate but impulse buy. It is kind of like between those two for me, because I always wanted a face cam. I thought maybe I might get like that $300 face cam pro, but this thing was only like $150, and so I was just like, okay, I probably need to get one of these if I wanted to get my stream game up. And so that's why I have one now, and that the image that you're looking at through my face cam. This one is an Anker PowerCon C200. I think that's the name. This one's great as well. I mean, like whenever you wanted to autofocus on anything, it just does it in really quick. And I don't even have the best lighting going on in my room in general, as you can probably see. But yeah, it works pretty well. Even this was an impulse buy, but it was an impulse buy that was worth it to me, just because I wanted to stream again. I wanted to tell myself, hey, you are not gonna use not having the proper camera as an excuse anymore for not to stream. So now I have like this whole stream setup going on in this part right now. Yeah, anyway, so I'm gonna keep that, like this stuff as well. There's the strap that was 30 years, $30. I'm not throwing that away. Finally, here's my active stylus. I think it's an active stylus. Yeah, this is for this actually works on both my Chromebook, on my Chromebook tablet, and my actual Chromebook. My Chromebook is the computer that's back there. That was a definite impulse buy, but it's also the computer that I mainly use whenever I have a therapy session with my therapist. And so I think overall that was a worthwhile investment. And I also use it to draw, because I mean I could actually be drawing on there instead of on my little drawing tablet I have over here set up. But I like to use that like when I'm on the go, because it's a 2-in-1 laptop. And then I also bought a few years back, that's when I bought the Chromebook Duet. That's a Chromebook tablet. I don't like that one as much because I can't do anything more than actual drawing on it, and even at that, it's pretty laggy. So definitely don't buy that. But this one I would recommend it if I remembered the name. If I remembered the name, I would recommend it. It's like a Lenovo Lenovo Chromebook Flex 5. I think that's the name of that Chromebook. And I mean, I actually do most of my cloud gaming on there. And I actually have a gaming Twitch. So the handle for that one is just what was it? Fornesus Plays. Yeah, that was the handle that I made for that one. And yeah, I mean, if you ever want to check that one out, I haven't streamed in like 2 weeks, but I think I'll stream on that again, because I am playing this game that I kind of like. I just don't want to tamper it with the streaming experience. But I guess if it's something like, I guess if I approach it in the same way that I approach this stream, I can probably make it work without, I guess, feeling completely and totally and utterly insecure about things, little minute things like my voice or I don't know, like the things I talk about or whatever. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna do more streams like this, just because I always feel like I need to do more for my community, for the Filipino community, for the autistic community, for community of neurodivergent people, for mentally um for people who deal with mental illness, and for queer and trans and non-binary people. So I guess my existence is kind of like an affront to like so many different types of political groups that are like out there today, um saying that someone like me shouldn't exist or whatever. And that's I guess that's also kind of why I end up buying all this stuff and accumulating so much junk and trash or whatnot, because I feel like I need to have this kind of sense of comfort somewhere. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna continue to work on that in my life. And yeah, I'll probably do another stream like this. I mean, it was fun to kind of just like put it out there, like my thought processes in how I deal with like all these different trauma that I guess I've experienced, that I haven't really always validated enough, and then at the same time dealing with the consequences of how I've dealt with trauma in the past, which is this is just a fraction of the junk that I have, but at least I have a space now back there that I can safely say it is kind of getting organized. It's kind of getting organized back there, and at the same time, like most of the trash in my office really was in that one desk back there. That's really it. So now I have a functional office space that I can still refine. Obviously, I can still do a little more when it comes to cleaning and organizing, and especially cable management. But for the most part, I think this was a pretty fun way for me to clean up. Not just like clean up and then like get frustrated if I dropped something on the floor, or just get frustrated if I or like just get frustrated at the fact that I bought this thing for almost no reason, because I even on this stream I was able to almost justify the reasoning. But yeah, so I guess to whoever had been watching, thank you for viewing my stream at some point in time, and until next stream, have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Have a great Sunday, a great Saturday night,